Hello, thanks for joining me for another video beer review then. So today we've got a beer from the Trillium Brewing Company. It's a can of their Summer Street IPA then, 7.2% ABV, brewed exclusively with Simcoe hops. And yeah, pretty hype brewery. No other information on the can really, government warnings, stuff like that. So there's been a few Trillium beers floating around in the UK in recent times, so went ahead and bought one the other day. Let's go ahead and give this a review. The first review from these guys for probably about 6-7 years. I believe possibly the first time I've ever reviewed one from a can, so obviously it's quite rare to get these in the UK. But they're around. If you're prepared to pay, you can get them. So there we go, beer in a glass then. Looks really nice. This class is an American IPA. So we've got a half finger, if that, of a white head. The top of a nice kind of orangey, kind of lightly hazed, orangey in colour. So looks the part. Looks really nice. So give us a swirl and a sniff, see what it's all about. Wow. Apricot. It's got that kind of apricot jelly sweet kind of aroma to it. Apricot like jelly babies kind of thing. I don't know if you get them in the States. Yeah, it's like a confectionery sweet, of course. But yeah. Nice citrusy edge, quite light, quite approachable. A little bit of like melon. There's some lower kind of toned fruits in this. Smells nice though, of course it does. Looks great. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Wow. It's got a very kind of clean mouthfeel. It's so smooth, but it's got also a slight kind of refreshing edge as well. And it's literally straight out of the fridge, so I think the body of the beer with the temperature of the beer is creating that illusion of a kind of a crisp mouthfeel. I'm sure if it warms up it won't be quite as crisp, if you know what I'm saying, but yeah. The mouthfeel is absolutely, it's so smooth and on point. So of course these guys are out of Massachusetts. This was canned and packaged in Canton, Boston. So trilliumbrewing.com. Feel very lucky that we are able to get some of their beers at the moment. They're actually on some of the mainstream online store websites. So I actually bought this from a fairly local bottle shop yesterday when I was visiting. A bit pricey, but it is what it is. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, kind of deal. But yeah, leaving a nice glacier on the glass there. It's nothing too harsh. It's all very well balanced. There's no edges. Flavour wise, there's different elements coming through for me at the moment. Obviously very citrusy, touch of grapefruit but nothing crazy. It's more of a kind of a light apricot, pale stone fruit delight. It's one of those deals. A very delicate beer, 7.2% IPA, but a delicate IPA. A dangerous IPA, you know. You could drink this thinking it's like a pale ale, for instance, and you're going to know you've had a drink after a few, I'm sure. It's so smooth, it's just unbelievable. It's just a delicacy of this beer. for the ABV. It really is how they actually create that is unbelievable. I mean, we of course in the UK we have got the breweries are on this level, maybe one or two that are maybe slightly above, but how they refine their beers on some of them I've tried recently. Well, I had one on tap yesterday. It's very well refined and blended almost flavour wise. There's not one thing overstepping the other kind of deal. And I remember reviewing some of their beers back in 2017 at Beavertown Brewing in London, pre takeover with my good friend Jake, and I think even then we were saying that the UK breweries aren't far away from these guys, and that was like 6 years ago now. So fast forward to the present day, the breweries here now are on a par, I'd say. Whether they refined it to the point of that kind of mouthfeel or not, I'm not too sure. Because this is still very kind of like, unless you've had these beers regularly and you live in the States, comparing these to the UK breweries, that there's really, I mean, they're on that kind of same level, but I think that tips it slightly towards certainly these and other hype breweries in the States. Is what I've found is just that whole kind of balance between flavours that contributes to the whole kind of mouthfeel and kind of drinking experience. Whereas, yeah, I don't think the flavour profile is certainly the same UK, but this is just a little bit more refined. And that's what I'd say the difference is. But anyway, let's go see if we've got any more flavours before we clear off here. Definitely getting a more of a melon kind of component coming through as it's warmed up slightly over the last five minutes or so. Almost getting a slight kind of gooseberry, a mellow gooseberry edge. Almost reminds me of like some of the it's got some elements of New Zealand hop kind of qualities to the beer. Although this is just a single hop mosaic beer, I believe. Oh, sorry, Simcoe, I believe. So me saying mosaic, Simcoe. So it's not really got. It's got a slight kind of cappy edge, slightly dank, but it's minimal. But then that overall flavour it lingers on the palate really nicely. Easy drinking, and yeah. So let's pour the rest of this out, and then we'll clear off out of here. They're not renowned for their floaties, so we're gonna play safe on that one. And that, as I said, nothing going on there. Maybe enhanced slightly the more kind of haziness to the beer, but yeah. I've not been swirling it too much, and there's still like a rim of head on top of the beer. So overall, what an amazing experience! What an experience, and a real treat to be able to finally get some of these beers in the UK, like without going to some kind of like paying over the odds kind of thing for it. So yeah. There might be some. Well, there will be one more beer from Trillium that I've got coming up soon. But yeah, in the future there might be a few more. We'll see how things go. Anywho, let me have had this one before. So this is Summer Street, not the dry hop version. This is the straight up Summer Street IPA from Trillium, the 7.2% ABV version. Check out the artwork. thank you for watching this one then. I appreciate you all. You take care. I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.